Hey everybody, this is Dustin Neely from Church Planting for the Rest of Us, and I'm here with my friend Justin Buzzard, who is an author and a blogger and a pastor. And I want to talk today about kind of the intersection of those three things. Let's start with your journey toward church planting. You were at an established church, and the Lord called you to leave that and start a new work. Let's hear that story.
Well, I've been a pastor in the Bay Area for 9 years, San Francisco Bay Area, and the last 4.5 years at a large church in the Bay Area, and have been restless for about 2-3 years, sensing kind of a big tug of God on my heart to call me towards church planting, but the timing kind of just wasn't right. But we finally are doing it. So 2 months ago, moved down to San Jose, moved down with my wife, my 3 young sons, 4, 2, 5 months, and we moved down with just 3 people, committed to the church plant, a couple $1,000s in the church bank account, and now 60 days later, we're at 40 people, have a bunch more money in the church bank account, and it's just really, really fun. Big piece of our story was, I had a sense of God's tug call in my life towards church planting about 6 years ago, but it was once I started to get really, really restless at an established church. Loved my church, loved what I did, really fruitful ministry, got to preach, teach, got to see God transform a lot of lives in hard soil in the Bay Area, especially among 20-somethings, but couldn't shake this burden towards a new work in church planting. And our church that we were at didn't have a vision for church planting. Great church, great guys, great elders there, but no church planting vision. And God put that in me, and it just didn't go away.
Yeah. Well, you talk about this concept of restlessness, and a lot of guys who are watching this, they can probably relate to that, but I think there is like a godly restlessness, and then there's also a selfish ambition restlessness. How did you sort that out in your own soul?
Yeah, and I don't know that it is sorted out yet. I tried to. I mean, I had a bunch of good guys in my life telling me, we think this restlessness in your life is God's call in your life, calling you out to do something, including the elders I was under. So that really helped, that the elders I was under thought, we see this in your life, we see God doing this with you. I had a number of people in my life say, hey, just be content where you are, and that's helpful. But I think a lot of young guys get a lot of that. Just be content, just stay where you are, and sometimes they're not seeing that there's a restlessness given by God that's calling you out to do something new and to take risks and to do bold new things. So I had counsel from both sides. The biggest help was my wife, just telling me, Justin, I think God's calling us to do this. So that's good. Having her confirmation was huge.
That's good. Well, for the guy that is in the throes of trying to sort that out now, what are some practical pieces of counsel and wisdom that you might give him to help him do so?
Yeah. Well, I think as a guy's wrestling with the call to church planting, he should just look at like fruitfulness where he's at right now. Can he preach? Can he lead? Can he get people to follow him? Are people being converted through his life and ministry? Are people following the direction he's going? Does he have other people in his life that say, we see you doing this? I could see you leading the church, planting the church. Are there opportunities in front of him? Sometimes it's a timing thing. The opportunity might come in a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road. Sometimes you just need to force that opportunity. I mean, we had an opportunity to plant San Jose, but we had to kind of force that and say it's just time. We're just going to go and we're going to move on faith, even though right now there's 3 people committed and a couple $1,000s in the church bank account. And sometimes guys just need to move on faith and not wait for like everything to be lined up. I mean, what PCA seems to be like, you need to raise $300,000, $500,000 before you plant a church. I mean, there's great wisdom in some of that, but we had $3,000.
So what about that? Yeah. Well, there's wisdom in that sometimes as well. Well, brother, thanks for your story.
You're welcome, my man.